Hey guys, and welcome back. Today we're going to take a look at Mono Green Beastmaster, which is considered one of the tier 1 decks of the Faeria metagame right now. And if you remember my last video covering the Mono Blue Jump with the tow ships, that was a deck that Minocaro had crafted for ladder, and in the link below I posted his tier list. He has a tier list which decks he thinks are the best currently in the game, and he goes from tier 1, 2 to 3, and then kind of like a mystery tier where new decks are being discovered and tried out, and I've got it up right here. So one deck that definitely crops up in the tier 1 is this Green Beastmaster, along with yellow Flyers. We got red Combat, blue Dream Reaver, and blue Jump. So we got 5 decks currently in the tier list. Most of them are mono. Actually, all of them are mono. All of them are mono, so no dual color decks are being represented in the higher tiers of Faeria play. So I figured for this week I'd take you guys through some of these decks. We've already done Jump, so I'll probably do... Well, we already did Reaver recently, so I'll probably do Combat and Flyer coming up next. And me playing through them and talking about the decks and the decision trees will hopefully help you guys tackle them on ladder. So you may find you like the look of the deck I'm playing and want to play it yourself, but you could also take a look at my games and my analysis and maybe think, okay, you watch what I'm doing and think about how your opponent might do the same thing or something similar, and then be able to line up counterplay. So that's one important thing about card games, really, with matchup, especially in kind of like multi-deck formats for tournaments and even for ladder play. Analyzing how the deck works, how it functions, and how you can use that knowledge to help you beat it if you play against it. So let's get into some matches and see how this deck performs. Alright guys, into the first game, getting a Beastmaster to start off. That is fantastic. We want to see this card as early as possible. We can set it up, kind of leave it somewhere safe, and it's going to trigger value constantly until it's answered. And this is one of the reasons that the deck is so good. You kind of grind out your opponent nice and slow. We'll keep the removal as well. We find a Duordia. Now, this card has really impressed me watching some other players use it, because what Green Beastmaster likes to do is kind of just build around here. So you just build around your orb, and you generate tons of value, and eventually you just kind of grind out your opponent because they can't kill all the creatures you're putting down. And once you get like multiple Beastmasters down, and then you're slapping Faeria Golems down for 6-11s or 7-12s, it can be very difficult for a deck can deal with it. Even with all the Frogifies and Last Nightmares in the world, there are more threats than there are answers, generally, if the game goes on that long. So one thing that I really like about Duordia is the ability to shimmy between your wells and constantly gain power and constantly have influence. One thing I have noticed players will do, they'll kind of, let's say, this pushes down here, you'll summon Duordia here, it'll step here, it'll teleport to this spot, and then they'll clear this, and then it'll step here and they'll teleport to this spot, and then they'll wait a turn, and they'll move, and they'll just keep shimmying back and forth until, well, just until there's an answer for it, really. There's no other way to put it. So we'll go for the land here. We'll just take the collection. Now, there's no point in Deepwood Stalker in any of these, because if I kill this one's just going to replace it and collect. So I can keep the Deepwood Stalker for when things are a little hairier down this end of the board. So let's just pass here. And one thing I can do now, which I am considering, is just like sticking a forest here and then just sticking Eridan down. And mainly just for it to die. I just want Eridan to get killed if I can, before anything happens. And it's going to be a Spell Will from my opponent. Shifting Tide takes a draw. You know, Shifting Tide actually opened up a lot of lines of play there, depending on what was in hand. Could have actually Shifting Tide here, double neutral, jump Aurora, and kill my Beastmaster. So I'm glad that Shifting Tide was taken for a draw, because that could have been troublesome. So it looks like it's some kind of blue Jump, which maybe has libraries or Reavers. It's hard to say. So now we're in kind of a luxurious position where we can just stick Eridan here instead. So we can go Forest, and then we can play Eridan. And then we can maybe even just Spider this. I don't know, maybe we don't need to. I mean the Beastmaster's relatively safe. Like, the Shifting Tide was the biggest concern. Now, the way this land is being placed, I'm not really expecting Sunken Tower. So Sunken Tower is not on my radar right now. So I can Spider this, but to be fair, I'd rather just keep the Faeria. You know, I'm collecting off both my wells. My opponent's collecting off both their wells. Things are going fine here for me, nice and slow. And we're going to see maybe a Frogify here. Just, yep, that's fine. Just get rid of the power-up from the Aurora. Sorry, the Eridan. And yeah, we can kind of go from there. So I can Empress Command this to take it out, and then I can Spider this to slow things down. Now, I do have the option to Spider this and stop collection on the left side altogether, but if I Spider this, it's still just going to be 2 collects anyway. So probably just like Forest here to protect any kind of further land development. I can then move... Well, I have an affair. I'm actually 1 Faeria off, unfortunately. Playing Dwardia and the Spider. So maybe I just go the Spider this turn. Because we can Spider kind of here and then collect off this well. This will jump down. Maybe we Spider here actually, just so we can move back when this frog jumps here instead. So yeah, we'll do that. So we'll eat this up. And then we'll just Empress Command this. And then we'll wait. We'll just relax. So the one thing Eridan is really good at doing for this deck, apart from giving everything +1/+1, it does push some of the other creatures in deck into Beastmaster range, including Beastmaster itself. So right now, I need 5 life creatures. I only have 1. So I haven't really got much value out of the ability of this. It's just generating Faeria for me. But if the Eridan didn't get Frogified and I was able to trigger that off, let's just say the Water Elemental traded with it, I would be able to play this as a 3/5. I'll be able to play, as a 4/6. It could be a 3/5, goes up to a 4/6. And this would also be a 4/6, a 5/6. So it's just like all those little, all those things kind of add up, which is quite good. So I think Dwardia is the line here. We're in a pretty decent position to just draw a card. So maybe if we find something different, like maybe a Grove Guardian. Like we could go into Grove Guardian instead. So we could draw. Faeria Golem. So Faeria Golem is pretty good here because I can double Beastmaster. And I'm forcing that Humbling or Frogify again, and then if the Frogify goes off, that means the Warrior is going to be much safer. So let's do that. We could even move here and then block, but so land has to be developed here to generate Faeria. Maybe I think I don't mind that so much. You know what? I don't think I mind a Beastmaster here. But then again, we want our Beastmasters to be safe. So let's just get the double power up. Boom, boom. So that's like a Runin's Guidance essentially for 4 Faeria. But then again, the more times this triggers, the better, right? So you're looking for longevity with this deck. And this is what I was saying at the start. It's one of those decks that kind of just grinds your opponent out. If you've ever watched Alvar play mono green, kind of like one of our best mono green players that we've ever had, you know, he's very good at managing resources, managing power-ups, making sure that he gets the most value out of things. And that's one kind of merit as a play style, at least, that you can give to yourself, you can use as a green player. So if that's kind of your play style, you'll definitely enjoy this deck. So what's next for my opponent? Like 14 Faeria. I went all in. Like, so this is like a big Faeria dump. Dumped all my Faeria, getting all these creatures down. I'm planning to collect twice. So going back up to 5 will give me the option to push this up to an 8/8 on being played, which is pretty powerful. I'm kind of demanding here that my opponent has something, right? Oh wow, that's something. Let's see what he gets. A couple of yaks. It's actually pretty good. In the right situation. You can kill the oh, so this is a little sad. And now Aurorase is in a very dangerous position. So I might taunt this up, because I can push this up to a yeah, this might actually be worth taunting at this point. So I can like forest here, and then I can taunt, and it's gonna become a free 9. Just way out of reach in this, and in 2 hits I can kill Aurorase, and my Willow will still live. So let's do that. Let's just check this Aurorase now. And protect our Beastmasters. Clear this, no problem. That's fine. Like we're not triggering any power-ups on this. This is useless. This is 0-1. A free is a bit better than the frog, but I believe this became a free. No, this one became a free anyway from the Battletoads. So yeah, not bad. I just didn't realize that my chin keeps getting clipped. Oh, that's a bit too much. Alright, so now my chin is available for you guys to see. It's not just all forehead. So you just take the free damage. So I said our Willow will survive. It won't survive. The reason I said it will survive is I could have Empress commanded, but I didn't. So I'm a liar. I can't do math. So we have some more Battletoads coming down, just some more like fodder really to chip away at me, which is absolutely fine. Like as a 7-10, it's got a lot of life. We can just start clearing up this stuff, and I can get Dwardia down, and then Dwardia can start protecting us. The problem is if I draw now, I trigger this, so I don't want this to get any value. I can actually do this, which is a little. Maybe a little better. No, maybe I just want to preserve. Yeah, I just want to preserve the life of my golem here. And then yeah, we'll +1 and we'll play Dwardia. So the grinding is happening, right? You can see that I'm starting to just play a guy, it becomes quite big, and then there's that to deal with, and then the next turn I could play another guy, and he's quite big too, and then eventually your opponent's just like, I just don't have enough answers. Like, unless they're running Doomsday, it can be quite difficult to deal with all of this. Ember Chaos.
Welcome to my realm.
So Ember Chaos is interesting against this kind of Beastmaster Green, because generally Beastmaster Green has a lot of ways it can outlast the Ember Chaos. It's definitely the creations that tip the card over the edge. Now, if this had dash free, I would dash this up, I'd make a land, and then I'd teleport to that land and clear. I don't have that option right now. So I think I'm just going to step up here. And then I am going to double neutral. So double neutral gives me... Double neutral gives me accessibility. And then we're going to step here and teleport here. Do I play the Beastmaster for a bit of board presence, a bit of pressure? I guess I could dash the boar here, and then it does threaten the chaos. I think that's worthwhile at this point. Just put a 6-7 in range. So I'm setting up for this to teleport now to clear this if these are answered. Now I'm not expecting Imperial Engineers in this build. I think Chaos is just a win con with creations and stuff. It's just kind of your typical old kind of Spellwhirl Reaver style builds. Might see an Aurora come down here with an Emperor's Command. Which is fine, because the Chaos is going to die. It is going to die. Maybe my opponents just figured this stuff out. And there we go. So that just gives a good example. Like the Green player generally sets himself up in a position where it's so difficult for your opponent to answer all their threats efficiently. It's probably not even worth playing the game out. So like from here, let's say my opponent Aurora'd and cleared and then Auroraed, and then Emperor's Commander then cleared, and that was the turn. I forest here, I teleport across, I Emperor's Command this to finish it off, Faeria Golem pushes up, I clear the chaos, and then there is a big creature just sitting here that these guys don't really affect. I could even Emperor's Command this to make sure it doesn't have any influence, and then the Dwardia's just kind of sitting there, and it's a big problem. So, good game to my opponent. Very tricky defensive options to deal with. I had the Beastmaster early, but it didn't really matter because I didn't have any creatures. It wasn't until I played this Faeria Golem that things got hairy. So, alright, let's get into another match. Alright, guys, we have a run back to kick things off. Just going to throw all of this. We want to find Beastmasters, and there we have it. We didn't even get to use our economy engine. Feed the forest, on willows and Faeria Golems, generating all that power, all that Faeria. It's good stuff. So we're just gonna... Didn't actually need to do that. I could have just saved the explore. So Gabrian Commander. We didn't see this in the previous game. So we're starting to just draw a lot of Beastmasters. Which is, well, this is not great. We don't want a Beastmaster going over here. And this does trigger as well, so... And zip down, and now it's starting to cause problems. And Beiru's just chilling up there. Beiru is ready to fight. Wow. Alright. Oh, if only I had one more Faeria. I could double up on the power-ups there, but yep. Let's get this Grove Guardian down and hope there's no Frogifies. To be fair, if my opponent Frogifies this and then collects, then comes here and clears my Beastmaster, as long as aggressive land isn't built, like I actually wouldn't really mind so much. And now look at our opponent's playstyle. Now it's changed, so my opponent knows what I'm playing against. Knows what he's playing against now, and has adapted that playstyle around it, and that's actually a sign of a very good player, actually. So, good job. You're changing your game plan. You saw what happened last time, and now it's time to try something different. So, Boar is not bad. It's not bad. I think we should... So, Faeria Golem's going to fight the Beiru. That's going to be his job. We don't really need to push up in here. I'm going to let Beiru come to us. Give us some time to build up the resources to kill this card. This card can be quite difficult to deal with. So we'll just we could actually just defensive land around here, but I actually just like coming like this. This is kind of like my preferred land building, you could say, when it comes to building defensive lands like this. So going for double library. I'm gonna try. So my opponent's plan here is to play super defensive this time, just like last time. But the difference is gonna apply pressure now. Gonna use these libraries as an economy engine. Last game they weren't available. Actually, neither of us had our economy engine. So yeah, let's get some Beastmasters down. He's bigger than Beiru. By 3 life, this Faeria Golem is bigger than Beiru. So 1 Willow now, and we're in a good spot. Like Willow will really push us in a good place, because we'll be able to get a 9 Faeria refund on the Willow after playing the feed and draw a card, and I'll give us maybe enough gas to just flood the board. Like AoE is not going to be an issue. Like the biggest fear we have is the AoE Aurora say changing everything on my opponent's board, but it's not a lot we can do about that, unfortunately. So we just have to wait. So he is trying to get in here. Like, as you can see, like the strategy's changed. It's trying to push in. That's fine. I'm happy to just kind of defend around here. Is this Leia? Oh, it's a Radiance. So it goes for the Radiance. Nice and early. Definitely want to see a Willow. I don't find one, unfortunately. We do find Eridan. Let's stick Eridan here. Yeah. So Eridan. So the job of Eridan here is to protect the Beastmasters. The libraries will do the work for me. I just need to survive. That's kind of my goal right now in this game. Now seeing 2 libraries, I don't have Emperor's commands available, so the next best thing for me to do is just survive. Just outlast my opponent, let the libraries do the work. Those are the Frogify, so 1 Frogify down. That's fine. That was a 4 Faeria trade-off right there. We still have... Well, I say it's fine. I still need something down that can at least help us fight these. Like I could get the boar down, I guess, but yeah, it's gonna take the heal. Okay, I can get the boar down, but I don't know. Might have to take land this turn just to move the Beastmasters to the left side of the board. I think I'm all right with losing 1 Beastmaster, I guess. I mean, yeah, I think losing 1 Beastmaster is just fine. It's just, oh, now this is where things get a little fun because I can feed Eridan, so I can feed Eridan now, and it's going to power up my spider. Oh, there's a Willow. So I probably want to feed the Willow. This will just give us a massive burst of economy. So we're kind of caught up to our opponent now. We've got 14 Faeria to work with. Oh, and an Oaklin. Interesting. Alright, so we are going to land here. Listen, I want to protect these Beastmasters. Then I'm going to play an Oaklin here. And then we're going to play a boar here. Look how much value I'm generating, guys. Oh my goodness. Like, I played a free Faeria 8-9. And then when this dies, I'm going to get a giant spider. And I'm going to be able to one-shot Beirut, hopefully. Oh, just eat this. Just eat the Herald. So Battletoad can deal with the Grove Guardian. That's fine. Like, the Grove Guardian just takes out something. It's kind of done its job. So it's just going to split across here. Oh, interesting. Why'd you put the frog into it? I think that was just a misstep. 8-10. 8-10. It's actually going to be an 11-13. So I'm going to save this for Dream Reaver. Oh, Piranha! I'm a big fan of this card. I am a big fan of this card. I do like it. It's cool. It's just a shame it doesn't see as much play. Okay. So I kind of have to kill Beirut, unfortunately. I'm going to have to use a Beastmaster here. Let's take a draw. Big old Grove Guardian. Now, the issue I might have to spider this. Because if I don't spider this, I'm going to have the issue of it being able... Or I could just Emperor's Command it. Because I've kind of committed to the libraries just killing my opponent at this point. Can this get powered up? I don't know. I think I can just Emperor's Command this, and then the Death Touch isn't relevant. And then I can... And I can spider the Herald. And then just run the Beastmaster in here. Oh, in here, sorry. It's going to cost me my hand. Okay, well, we'll do it. We'll commit to it. Get rid of that life. To the Grove Guardian. See, I can't... I needed to... No, I couldn't do it anyway, so I have to kill this. I'm gonna miss a Grove Guardian proc here. So we had to kill the Beirut to stop We had to kill the beaver to stop the trigger of the production, and the production would have turned our forest into lakes. And I don't want to build any more land if I can help it. Generally, I just want to draw cards and draw feed the forest and a willow, get all my economy back. Gonna frogify that. That's absolutely fine. So 2 Frogify's gone now, unless any have been picked up by Spellwall. This card probably was picked up by Spellwall, but it doesn't change my appreciation for it. I do like it. I just hope it finds a home one day. Like, I think the best thing that happened for me this turn is this not transforming. I actually made a misstep. I should have shimmied these to the middle. For sure, like that. I definitely should have shimmied these to the middle because I would have been punished by the Gabrian Commander. Right now, these guys are carrying the game for me, or at least keeping me in the game. I really wanted to keep that spider for Dreamreaver, but I don't think I had the luxury to do that. Oh, maybe I should have actually. Oh, yeah, I probably should have now that I think about it. I could have just spidered this. Why did I kill the Herald for? Herald wasn't that important. So, but yeah, I should. I actually said I was gonna spider the Dreamreaver when it showed up, but I ended up spidering the Ancient Herald. I just changed my mind for no reason. Don't do that. That's not good. Commit to your ideas. Commit to your plans. They're not gonna dash at all. I don't know if that was just. I don't know if that was just a mistake or whatever, but. I guess we can get the Willow down. It will collect Faeria for us. Can't ask for much more than that. And we are going to shimmy these now to play around this turn in. And it did turn. It did turn. Oh, that's a Dreamreaver burn. That's really good for us. Do not want to see Dreamreavers. 2 Dreamreavers is usually enough. It's going to be a Radiance. So another 10-10 to deal with. A big heal going off. So once we maybe deal with this, we can kind of start winning the game. This is it. This is the last Frogify. Man, that's really sad. The last Frogify there is really sad. I'm a little concerned that this game's lost now. The last Frogify kind of destroyed us there. Now I can go for Yulani's.
The sky is only the beginning.
And then Yulani's next turn on Radiance or Dreamreaver. So I have to kill both Radiance and Dreamreaver this turn. I have a spider. That's not going to do it. I kind of needed to draw feed there. A Foreign Golem. So yeah, I think that's just going to be game. Should have kept the spider for Dreamreaver, and then I would have had the spider to fight the Radiance, but then my opponent had the Frogify, but then I could have at least played the Willow and just got some time. It's the second Radiance that really got us there. I can spider nothing. So there, well played to my opponent. You know, just an adjustment there. Adjusting the play. I let the libraries rock, and in the end it wasn't a very good idea by the looks of it. Maybe I should play a bit more aggressive in that matchup. If this is kind of going to be the style of play. I had a Beirut to deal with, a Radiance, 2 Radiances, a Dreamreaver, and 3 Frogifys were able to neutralize my defenses, so a little unfortunate there, but good game. Good game, nice to see an adjustment. 1-1-1, buddy. If we meet again, it's going to be the conclusion to our battle. Let's move on to another match. Alright guys, into another game. This time we're not going to be running it back, but that's absolutely fine. Now, I haven't kept Willow in the opener yet, so I think I might try it out. I need to keep a creature to go along with it, so we'll probably just keep the Grove Guardian. We could actually just keep this hand. I think this hand's fine. Let's try keeping an Oakland. Like, I think Oakland's not a bad collector to start off with, because if your opponent goes down one side, it means that it's probably going to meet its end along the way. That's kind of what we want to see. We want to see our Oakland die and power up one of these guys and push it to greater heights. Just like our spider that I should have saved for the Reaver. That would have got froggified anyway. It was still a misplay to spider the Herald, for sure. 100%. It's like Al Panico is sleeping at the wheel, you could say. We do get our Oakland down. I think another reason I kept my hand as well, because I wanted to keep the Oakland, is the guarantee I had creatures in my hand. Oh, there we go. There's a forest. I was about to end this video and end this match, and but no, a forest did show up. So he's a turn behind me, but he still has the explore. I guess we just jam Eridan for now. But these are just our collector boys. They're just gonna harvest until I find a feed or my opponent kills them. Forest. Priest of Everlife. Big fan of this card. There we go. I can kill this to stop a harvester, but I don't think I care that much, to be honest. He's probably going to play another creature anyway. Both sides, that is an option. I guess I could force that Faeria. Maybe Demon Wrangler. Oh, maybe I do care. He's going to sack it. Okay. So we can... Well, the Emperor's Command can help us against the Demon Wing later. There's also that. Oh, the worst Priest of Everlife trigger you can ever get is this. You never want to find this. So we're going to take a draw, actually. We don't really need to do much and just pass. So we're just going to draw a couple of cards for the next 2 turns. Try and find that feed, or maybe a Beastmaster. Get set up from there. Oh, nope, now we're moving up. I have double command, though. I guess I just double command this. Yeah, if I double command this, I don't need to push up. So it's lucky I did keep my command. Alright. Is this green-yellow sack? It's been a while since I've played this matchup. I probably should apply a bit more pressure now. I have a forest, so I guess I could just feed the Eridan. No, you know what we're going to do? We're going to move Eridan up, and then we're going to feed this afterwards. That's the plan. So we just force Eridan to fight the priest. That's so we can get this trigger, and then we can use the feed to kill the Oakland, and then get the proper trigger off that. And then we can just get a forest and a forest. You know, we can start really applying that pressure. Now this could be like a sack hybrid, I guess. Like, it's hard to say at this point. We definitely slowed it down, like no, it's just going to be a sack. So killing the Doomgate's actually pretty important. So yeah, we're going to push up 1. I'm not going to be drawing next turn, I know that for certain. And then we're going to double neutral across. So we're just actually trying to get a land right next to my opponent. We'll probably build an extra forest along the way. And then we can just start pumping out threats and just getting these boars down, getting the willows and all that stuff. Willow's probably going to chill here. I'm hoping Willow doesn't get hit by the Oakland, so I'm probably going to play a Willow first. That's a mountain! Is he just running Garadan? Just like, I'll just run Garadan, why not? Sack it. Okay. And then Demon Wing going to go into the middle, into the double collection, sorry. I need to play something. I'd rather this get powered up, so I'm actually just going to play a Willow here. And we're going to take a forest here, and we're going to pass. So I want the Ancient Beastmaster to get hit by the Eridon, so then all my other Beastmasters, they all kind of power each other up. So my next turn is a big hand dump. I'm just going to play tons of stuff. I should have actually played this forest here to stop the step. But because I have I have 2 dashes, so I'm just going to be dashing stuff. Here, wherever I need to go. I can actually forest here, dash, and do all that good stuff. And now as a 2/8, these can challenge the Demon Wings. You know, 1 Willow can kill 2 Demon Wings, which is pretty good. It's going to be a shield mate. Maybe this is just like green, yellow sack that runs to Gyarados? Oh, so it could be like a Rakoan-based one, actually. Now we've got a couple of Rakoans on the board. So yeah, there's, who knows? Who knows? So we're going to step this back. I'm going to play this Beastmaster here. And I'm going to play this Willow here. And then we're going to feed this. Sweet. We're gonna spider. Do we want a spider here? Like, I might spider here actually. So I'll do all my boars first. So we can just kind of dash these around. Oh, this is the big boar. So let's send a big boar there, and then let's send this boar here, and then let's eat the Spirit of Rebirth. Can move up. Can actually go for Lair as well if I want to put more pressure down. But then again, these 2 kill Lair, so maybe I'll play Lair after. If I played Willow here, then I guess like Willow here is pretty good. It can just taunt these 2 up. But I wanted to play the spider more aggressively and get use out of its attack. So I can just I can play Lair next turn. That's fine. There's an 11-12 to deal with. 5. This is just like a few. This is like a problem ball, so this is a problem. So there's a few issues here that my opponent has to answer quite promptly. And I'm at 16 Faeria, so I just draw a card every turn now. He's gonna step here, kill, leave the 1/1. That's quite nice. The 1/1's gonna cover that land. I really wish I'd built that forest here now. Gyarados? Oh, Chieftain. Okay. So this is like a Rakoan deck. Okay, that's cool. Now these 2 can kill the boar. Into a barracks. Wow. 7. 4 into this. I'm covering both my forests, so really good like positioning here from my opponent. Wind Soldier? Cannoneer. Alright, so I get a forest back at least. I'm happy, unless there's a dash. We could see a champion dash here. Lair. 9/9 Lair? Jeez. Crazy. That is crazy. Okay. So I'm thinking of forest in here and just getting this Grove Guardian down. I think Dwardia is probably going to be my answer to this. I guess we can forest here. Go for the Grove Guardian. Taunts these guys up. And maybe we just play our own Lair at this point. I can still play Dwardia. That's my plan. But I'm thinking I should try and contest this now. Or at least put that down as a way to contest it. And now this way we have 2 options of dealing with this Lair. We have the one which is Lair into Lair, Death Touches resolve and kill each other, or Dwardia teleports up and deals with that 9 life. Sorry, Kupo has been very noisy. Kupo's been very noisy. I'm just curious. She's I think she's a bit freaked out by something. Anyway, Anyway, so what's the plan here from my opponent? Takes the collection. Now, I have a feeling that my opponent doesn't actually have an answer to this layer, other than layer, which is what I want. Because then I get Dwardia, and that Dwardia gets to do a lot of work. Gets to teleport around, kind of great tactics with Dwardia. I think Dwardia has a lot of potential. You know, just like can teleport up, kill something. Oh no, you're gonna go for another barracks. Oh, all the barracks. So Dwardia's job is to kill layer, unfortunately. But I think that's fine. I think that's absolutely fine. We have the luxury of a draw. Yes, that's what we want to see. Alright, let's start chipping away at this. I wish I could collect, but not an option, unfortunately. So off you go. Kill this. Let's get the big boys down. I could have killed the double collector, but I don't think it's even relevant right now. I'd rather actually keep this safe and continue to harvest. My opponent has tons of Faeria, but it's not really doing a lot. Man, he's built a bit of a stronghold here. 3 barracks, a statue in the middle, to rally the troops. I'm glad this isn't Zac. I probably would have lost. Time of Legends. What's it going to dig? Creates a new card. Nothing to dig for. Path to Paradise. Vermin. So this might just run Vermins as burst from hand. Since it does run the barracks anyway. Oh, it goes for a mountain actually. It's Gary? No, it's Common Reveler. Okay. There's a Common Reveler there. Another Beastmaster. That's absolutely fantastic. And continue to cause trouble. As it would. We can kill this. Step across. Actually, we could just go face here. Like, what really can my opponent do if I start going face? I don't think there's really anything. Let's take a draw first. There might be a feed or something. So yeah, we'll actually just go. Yeah, we'll go face. And then, as much as I would like to play another Beastmaster at this point, I actually think it's just better to play a Foreign Golem. And just continue to put... Like, look how much stuff I've got here, right? A couple of 7-12s, a 7-8. Like, there's raw stats. Raw stats going on. These Cobble Barracks may be causing a few issues when it comes to positioning as well. Like, I'm covering a defensive... This is covering a defensive forest, which I think could be quite important. I'm not sure. So Architect's going to heal up the barracks. Oh, I'm ignoring the barracks, so that's a good thing. Desert. Into a Spirit of Rebirth. And a Cannoneer. Going to sack it and deal 3 damage to something. Get a Faeria refund. 3 damage this. So we're going to find a feed now. That's really good. So actually, do we have enough? We don't have enough Faeria. I need 10 Faeria to go for like a big trigger here. I'm actually going to... No, we won't draw. We'll just let this. I don't want this to land on the Willow really, but I think we'll just see what happens. Actually hits the Beastmaster. That's reasonable. We'll go back and collect here. Use our Faeria. Cover this. I guess we can just start killing the barracks. We could actually kill the double collector now. Killed this. Oh, I should have done this first. That was a misstep from me. Kind of free. We're trying to kind of setting him free a little bit here, but that's fine. Well, actually, no. We're still covering kind of like pretty important lands. Just raw power. Look at the power that Beastmaster Green can produce. Absolutely insane. This is why I think that's why one reason that blue's so good right now. It just needs to it needs to check this deck. This deck can get out of hand. And blue also checks sack as well, which is another one if it runs Frogifies. Because as long as you run 3 Frogifies, you kind of hit all the win cons of sack, unless a Bone Collector gets out of hand. But you have Radiance and Dream Reavers and also Yulani's Medallion and all sorts of stuff to deal with that. So yeah, it's so tricky right now. So all these Path to Paradise, Tree of Everlife, and then just gonna scoop. So there we go. There's another win on the board, beating a very spicy structure-based Rekoan deck. I had to take a more aggressive line, and it did pay off because I thought my opponent was green yellow sack, but then actually turned out to be Rekoans. I don't know if I would have had such a good game if I was actually against green yellow sack. So there we have it, another win in the bag. Let's move on to another match. All right, guys, into another match here. Gonna throw all this away. And we actually get a decent hand. You know, we have the Oakland start again, which actually wasn't too bad. We were able to feed it a bit later and get some value. That big boar down. So yeah, I guess we just do kind of the same, really. Kind of just maybe split to the other side. Don't use Explore this time like we did last time. We'll save the Explore for a different situation. And we'll just take Oakland on the opposite side of whatever my opponent's up to. Which is nothing, apparently. So, yeah, I guess you're going to chill here, Okie Doklin. The old Okie Doklin. Some of you may remember that from the Oversky trailer, Okie Dokie. So another blue player. Maybe I have to be more aggressive. Like last time I sat back and I got punished after my opponent just played 2 libraries. That was a big issue. So there's potential that I'm not really in a position to do that. And now we're seeing a Lore Thief. I bet my opponent's playing something, you know, quite control based. So I think we will actually go for a more aggressive, more mid-range style play here. We're going to adapt to our opponent based on what we see. And that's sometimes a thing you really have to do in Faeria. You have to adapt to what your opponent plays and then assess if your deck is fast enough or at least strong enough in the late game that it can outdo your opponent's win condition. Which is very difficult against a deck like Dream Reaver because they have so many win conditions, from just Reaver to both Radiances, Fugoro using Yulani's Medallion to turn everything into Radiances, Chaos as well, some run Chaos. So there's like multiple win conditions in Dream Reaver, whereas like Green's win con is just being big, making big guys and just outlasting or just overwhelming your opponent. So yeah, well, this is why we're going for a bit more of an aggressive line now. So another Lore Thief going to show up here as a free. Interesting. All right, so we get to explore. into forest. So we're definitely pushing up a bit now. I'll take the Grove Guardian here. I guess I could just take the boar. I could just take the Faeria reduction. So I'll take the boar actually. And just keep our Faeria nice and healthy. 4 Faeria going up to potentially 9, 10 Faeria next turn. I quite like that. So 5, 6. Lurking. He's ready. Our boar's ready to beat the Law Thief up. Or even leave it to the Oaklin. Let the Oaklin get some work done on board first. I would like to draw a feed. Like, feed would be my ideal next draw, so I could just feed. I could even, like, hand dump first. I could go for, like, Guardian, Boar, feed. Make sure the Oaklin hits the Deepwood Stalker. And then I have that massive removal option available to me. Which could be very useful, because we don't know what the win con is yet from my opponent. It could be a dual color deck, could be a mono deck. We don't know. We'll have to find out. Takes a lake. Central Lake. 4 lakes at the moment. Gonna potentially move the Law Thief into double collection. Currently doesn't have a creature that can defend, so might want to summon a creature first. The clock is ticking. It looks like it's going to be a lake pass. Okay. Firing Golem's not bad. Now we get to really just apply this pressure. Can invade a boar this side. And then we can just, like, I guess we can just step here and just move and kill this. And then we can pass. I just want to keep my Faeria nice and healthy. I just want the option to kind of dump a lot of things down when I need to. Because now if the boar lives, I have the luxury of making aggressive land and just dropping Faeria and then stepping this boar onto a lake and then dropping Grove Guardian, depending on where I want their position to be. So I'm just, like, kind of setting up for that big power play. I'm still working towards it. A lot of control on ladder today. A lot of control. We don't see much rush anymore. Like, the Mistral Guide's yellow rush has definitely died off. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's maybe Red Combat checked it once the boss got buffed back to its original state. It's hard to say. Interesting. Okay, so potentially going for a dream here. I will take land. I am going to continue just putting things on the board. That's the plan. Yeah, just take the face hit here. I'll take the Guardian. I'll take the Faerian. And then we'll hit for 5. So we're looking for lethal next turn. Opponent's sitting on 19 Faeria, nowhere near Dream, needs a bit more. Could actually +1 double Windfall. So we're gonna Windfall once, 21, Windfall twice, 23, +1 Aurora's Dream. So it has the Aurora's Dream available here. You kind of, in some ways, you want your Windfalls to get 0-costed, because then you can 0-cost at the 10 Faeria. And if you have a lot of cycle like Law Thieves and stuff, you can play the Windfall for 10, gain 12, gain that 12 Faeria, Law Thief, draw stuff that costs Faeria, and then play that as well. So there's definitely an advantage. So Time of Legend. So that card that has been picked up costs Faeria now. So unless my opponent plays a Windfall, I don't really have to worry about it. And if a big threat comes down, say like a Beirut comes down now, it's going to MP my Faeria Golem, which means I can most certainly get the trigger on the Oaklin. Might MP my Grove Guardian as well, Water Elemental. Make a lake there. I still have lethal currently. Yeah, he actually needs to frogify something or kill something, or I just win. I win that way. Ancient Herald. Yep, and that's going to be lethal. Yep, Triton Sanctuary's not going to save you, friend. So the Aurora's Dream, not paying off here at all. And Feed the Forest even set up lethal. So say he even had a way to block me. I could have hit Feed my own guy and then moved the next creature to deal the damage in that position to win the game. So there we go, another win in the bag, beating another slow blue control, making that adaptation in the early game, saying, right, it's blue, there's a Lore Thief, it's going to be slow, it's going to be like maybe Sevens, maybe Dream, whatever. Going to need to make that more mid-range push up the side and then just play a lot of guys to make things awkward, and that worked out really well. So just goes to show you don't have to play this full-on control game. This deck can make kind of a mid-range adjustment if it needs to, if you're playing against a slower deck. But good game to my opponent. Let's move on to our final match. Alright guys, into this final game here. Pick up Eridan at the start, really good. The boards don't synergize with this, so we're going to have to throw them away, and we find ourselves Beastmaster. So we have all those kind of early power-ups available for us. See what our opponent's up to. We're going second here, so we have the luxury to kind of scout out and see what's coming down. It's going to be just a pass there, so I'll take my own forest and we'll just relax. We'll see if he pushes down this side. Could be a mirror. Could definitely be a mirror. Mirrors are mirrors are interesting. A little grindy. Now there's a Bloom Sprite, so this indicates to me is actually sack, which means we need to play a little faster on the ball here. Yep, so we got Sphere of Rebirth, we got Bloom Sprite, all the sack creatures. So let's make sure we push up and play that mid-range style again. Our opponent was going to want to split and collect off their own wells. That's kind of like what we want to do, but like I said, Soul Eaters much better win conditions than we have in the long term. At least we have a good long term win as long as we against certain decks, as long as we can manage against certain decks. But in most cases, it's actually going to be not that great. It's gonna not that great against it's like Soul Eaters and Dream Reavers, so we have to play just a bit more mid range style and utilize our advantage of having all these creatures with high power, you know, really difficult to kill, really difficult to deal with, and we have a lot of them, so we can use that to our advantage. 6 another desert on the left. The one thing I really dislike about this land setup as a sack player is not having a desert on the wells for those. Yeah, not having the desert on the wells for those wind soldiers can be a bit of a problem. So we continue to build forests. I will just take the aggressive forest here. We're going to take a willow, and then we're going to take the boar. We're just using the boar to finish off the demon wing in this situation. And then we can feed this willow, and next turn get a burst of Faeria, and hopefully we draw like 2 creatures back to back, so I can go land, have my 2 creatures, or land here, it doesn't really matter. I can just double neutral, maybe even wait a turn to get that aggro land. Oh, Altar of Souls, this could be problematic. So I'm gonna definitely Empress Command this, that's for sure. We have an Oak Limb, but we don't have anything to feed it with, so we don't actually need to feed the Willow anymore. I actually think we just go a bit more aggressive here, and just we'll just do this. We could even play this down, like it doesn't really matter as long as it dies. Like I don't really care. Oh, we don't have enough Faeria, so we can't play it down. So the Piper gets value here on the board, but the Spirit isn't in a position where it can really push up. Hopefully we draw something good. I'm not entirely sure what I want. A boar would be fine. Grove Guardian, Duordia would be also really good. Like any kind of real threat I can put down. Use this kind of Oakland feed combo to my advantage. Put something massive down and hope that Nightmare isn't being run. Hopes and dreams. Bone Collector. Generate a bit of value here on both the Spirit and the Bone Collector. So So we might see the rewards of the spirit come down now this turn. So like maybe, I don't know, maybe a demon wrangler or another spirit that's being powered up. Luckily there's so many deserts on this side, you can't really put green creatures. Oh, it's another Altar of Souls. It's not a card I really want to deal with. Altar of Souls gets a lot of value against green. It's actually a bit of a problematic card. But hopefully I can just stick something down here now that's big enough to kind of handle it. Into a monstrosity. Okay, so this is spicy. I like it. I like it, RC Cut. You got a pretty cool deck here. I could just, oh wow, I could just stick this down. Just a massive willow on the feed. Maybe massive willow isn't a bad idea. Feed back here because we don't want Bone Collector to get any power-ups. Oh, I can spider this now. That's really helpful. I can step here and clear this. Make sure this Bone Collector doesn't get too many power-ups. That's my issue. And then I can just drop big old willow on this side. So yeah, eat the spirit. I miss a Faeria by killing this. Maybe I actually just hit this instead. Yeah, actually I'm gonna do that. We're gonna hit this. And I'm gonna play spider. Actually, we could spider this. Maybe I don't care about this so much right now. Yeah, let's kill this. Drop an 8/14 Willow and just hope there's not a Nightmare in hand. 8/14's pretty good. It's good. It's gonna kill that Altar of Souls for sure. Like I need to get rid of that Altar of Souls. It is an issue. I guess the monstrosity is probably gonna finish off my Willow. I can put 6 damage into my free now. Oh, he might actually need to run the spirit in to get that attack value. Because right now he goes up to 11 on the Slaughtering Shadow clear, and then take another free attack from the spirit. But what you can do here, if you have another, oh no, he's gonna do it this. Oh, okay, gonna do it this way instead and keep the spirit alive. I actually thought it was gonna go here, but I guess he doesn't want to lose the spirit. Maybe this is actually getting a few triggers off. I guess we'll find out. So next turn for me, I want gas. I want another big threat. I want another Faeria. I want a Faeria Golem. I want a Grove Guardian. I want something big to come down. So if he just like pops Slaughtering Shadow here, I'll use the spider to take value. Wow, Deathwish Ghoul. That's a big one. Oh, and they're gonna use that as a collector. Okay. Oh, it takes the thing anyway. Okay. So we got the boar. It's not the worst. So we can finally kill this. And then I will play the boar. Here. And we'll retreat. So we'll just keep the spider, and the spider could be useful for later. There's 2 altars gone. Another Bone Collector showing up. Gonna get a bit of a Faeria refund here. So it goes up to, oh, didn't take the collection, so a misstep from our opponent. Missed the collection there. So it could be up to 8 Faeria. You know, one of the worst draws we can have right now is a Beastmaster. Beastmaster just doesn't do anything. Sack it. It's going to wrangle this, so we have the Demon Wing to deal with. Big old Faeria Golem. Hello, friend. Take a draw. Oakland. I could put an Oakland down, actually. Oh, yeah, this will be huge. This will be a big issue if Oakland triggers now. So the Oakland's actually big enough to kill the Demon Wing and live to tell the tale. So I can get a bit of value out of this first before it dies. The steps. Takes a draw. Cover my aggressive land. Understandable. No? Okay, decided not to. Sort of a problem do we have? Spirit of Rebirth, not that big of a deal right now. I would love my spider to be able to kill this. Maybe Oakland actually kills this. Shaitan Demon. Wow, okay. So actually maybe spider actually kills this off. I have another Emperor's Command. I actually Emperor's Command this. I can take Faeria. It's tricky because I could collect, clear, preserve this. But I don't think I want to. I think I'm actually gonna kill the shadow. I'm gonna keep this for another altar. Another Beastmaster. So 5/6. Yeah, just trade these off. So this Faeria Golem is gonna be huge. It's gonna be massive, absolutely massive. Now, Wild Avengers might be in this deck. I've seen demons. That's self damage. You might even have Weeping Idols in here. You know, altars. So there's a big possibility that like a 5, 10 to 20 could come down and dash and cause some problems. Power up. It's 11/16. It actually has the correct amount here. It does play Soul Eater? So 14. This is a problem, that's for sure. But maybe, a Deathwalker, that's a problem too. It's tricky. Oh man, this is tricky now. Ooh, Leia, how you doing? Good, I hope. Leia can definitely sort this out for me. Might lose a Beastmaster in the process. It's the only problem. I can't really protect both Beastmasters in this situation. So maybe I can this would have been fine if this didn't show up. This is a big problem for me. Yeah, I think we just jam Leia. And use Leia to kill the first Soul Eater. I lose a Beastmaster, so sad. That's a sad life. Takes a draw. Another Soul Eater is really bad here. Like, I don't want to see another Soul Eater. That could just be game. Takes a collection. Maybe I just leave this alive and it kills my opponent for me. That could be useful. This is the problem. There's too many Soul Eaters on the dance floor for me to handle. And now Doomgate. Oh, jeez. Oh, man. Okay. Chances of winning have decreased drastically. So I'm going to stick it here because maybe I can fight the Bone Collector. The Shipment Statue protects me from this Soul Eater for a turn. So I'm hoping kind of this just gets to kill this. So like in combination with the Spider, I actually have a clear on the Soul Eater. That's not bad. And it will live. But now I have another problem. I have a 13-13 that will show up at some point. So that's another issue that I'm going to run into very soon. There's not much I can do about it. I had to use my Emperor's commands. I guess I can slow it down, right? I can delay it a few times, but it's tricky. It's going to step. Maybe I have enough time to mill my opponent. Really? Another Soul Eater? Come on, man. I guess this lives at least, so I do have this to fight with. This is so annoying. Stop. I was hoping to spider this, but I'm probably going to have to run my Beastmaster into it instead now. It's really annoying. Don't have enough Faeria to play both. That's the issue here. I might draw a feed. No, another Thorian Golem. Okay. Don't have a spider, please. Please don't have a spider. I'm surprised I've even killed two at this point. Killing the third would really make my day. So be nice. No spiders. Then all I have to deal with is a 13-13 after this. And then I'm in the clear potentially if the Bone Collector doesn't grow into a Soul Eater of its own magnitude. I can't even chase it. That's the worst thing as well. I can't even chase this Soul Eater. It just run away from me for the rest of the match. And here we see Wind Soldier come down. And dreams are over. Now he's gonna eat it. That one-off destructive volley is gonna pay off here. Yep, takes the draw, double draw. I could just accept that. Maybe I have to kill the Bone Collector here. Not a totally unreasonable thing to do, actually. Take the kill on the Bone Collector and kind of go from there. If I kill the Bone Collector, I eliminate this. This is a threat. I can like Empress command this, and then I kill the Bone Collector. And then maybe like +1 into Faeria, and that puts 12 down, but I still need another 6. Which I currently don't have, because I'd have to Emperor's command this anyway. Let's take a draw. If we get feed, we'll be in a better situation. Alright, so let's feed first. Because then we can kind of assess things from there. Another spider. So I could spider this. And then I could kill the Bone Collector. And then I play a Faeria Golem. And that deals with this problem. And also sets up enough power between all the cards in my hand to kill the Soul Eater. Now I won't die to mobility like the old Green Yellow Sacks used to run like a one-off Fanatic, maybe even two sometimes, just to be able to make sure that Soul Eater can find the lethal. But I think that was a little better when I think that was just a kind of a better way to use Soul Eater when it gained power as things died on the board, but it got changed in Resurgence. Full of Everlife it got changed, so it doesn't gain power anymore. It's just gonna Nightmare this. No, it's gonna kill it. Okay. The positioning of my spider was a little greedy there. If he plays another Deathwalker, I'm gonna cry. It's not a Deathwalker. Goddamn spirits. Stop! So I take value on the 9/7. Actually, that's not too bad. I get to take value on the 9/7. And then I can Deepwood Stalker the Spirit. As long as he doesn't play anything else, I think I'm actually okay-ish. Okay-ish, I'll call it. Yeah, let's do it. I should have scooped a long time ago. Definitely should have scooped a long time ago. He just hits me for 18. I have to run all my guys into him. And he just plays something in front of my orb. The only thing that could probably save me at this point is a Willow. Just to get some time. But there is an Ostrogoth coming next turn. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And that's, I guess that's one thing you can do to kind of save time when playing, is if you just look at the situation and be like, I can't win this. Like, well, what's the chances of me winning? 10%, 20%? Maybe it's worth saving that time and just going into the next game. Why? Alright, so Willow is fine. Like, Willow gives me a little bit of breathing room just to kill this monstrosity. I still can't deal with a damn Doomgate. She can just build towards the next turn. And then that kills too many things. Alright, okay, so 12 is going to be enough here. So let's kill this. I'm still going, guys. I'm still going. But this is going to win the game now. Because he's going to sack this. He's going to make a 13-13. To go with his 18-12. My thing had to go out of position to collect to make sure I could play the Grove Guardian. I don't have any spiders left because I spidered a Bone Collector earlier. Literally play a card, sack it, and run a 13-13 down here to kill my 3/2. And you win, my friend. And why not? Why not? One Faeria Wood Elemental. This even finds lethal. This really stopped me. Like, because maybe I should have just accepted that I needed to play into this. But this card is what lost me the game. Not so much the Soul Eaters, just the fact that I couldn't have played an aggressive line. But there we have it. Another loss, unfortunately, for the Beastmaster. But Green Sacrifice with Altar of Souls is going to be very difficult for Mono Green to deal with, because the Altar of Souls just generates so much value. And with Doomgate as well and 3 Soul Eaters, it's going to be an uphill battle if you run into that matchup. A good game to my opponent. That wraps up this episode. But Beastmaster Green, not bad on ladder. You can definitely see where its strengths is, and especially in tournament as well, you can match it up against specific decks, which can really struggle against it, and it can dominate with that kind of grind out value. On ladder, it's a bit different because you have such a variety of decks that you'll face against, and there's a lot of blue right now. It could be more difficult to pilot this to the high rankings, but if you're a green player and you enjoy green, this is by far the strongest iteration of green right now, so I definitely recommend checking it out. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, drop a subscribe to keep up to date of when our content goes live. You can check out my last video, which featured Minocaro's Blue Jump. This is his Beastmaster Green, from the tier list, which will be posted in the description below if you'd like to look at some other decks posted by Minocaro. And yeah, that's just another example of a deck that does very well on ladder. I went 4-1 with that deck, so maybe you'll find some more success for it if you fancy something different. Be sure to check out the Faeria World Circuit analysis of 2018 and 19. Find out which players are performing, which players won the most money. And yeah, you can see who are the best Faeria players in the world currently. It can change with 2019 now. So many things could change throughout this year. So until next time, guys, take care, and I hope you enjoyed Minocaro's Green Beastmaster.